I'm Director of Culinary Innovation, Chef Greg Muller. I'm a World Chef certified master chef with over 18 years experience. If you name it, I can cook it. So let's get cooking.
Hey there, REC TEC family, Chef Greg with you. Today we're cooking on the Bullseye and we've got a skirt steak and we're gonna do some delicious street tacos. We're gonna take and fire roast all of our ingredients for a delicious, fresh salsa. We'll marinate that in a second. So onto our flank steak, or skirt steak. Now they're all a little different. Some are a little skinnier, but you wanna undo the package and look at them, and all of the extra fat and sinew on the back, you wanna kind of remove some of that as it doesn't really cook down. It gets a little chewy. And to make this more manageable, we'll actually cut this in a couple different pieces just to make it fit kind of nice and neat on the grill. And make sure when you look at your the meat structure of your skirt steak is the grain of the meat is running across. So when we slice these, we're gonna do thin strips across the grain, make a nice tender piece of meat. Okay, looks pretty good. We're gonna get a great sear on this with that Bullseye, so perfect. We're gonna get these seasoned up. I have a little bit of Asada seasoning, okay? And I recommend making your own seasoning blends. You can definitely control the amount of salt that is in your rub. Flip this over. And again, you can let this marinate, 2-3 hours. It'll be fantastic. Put these on a plate. Little squeeze of lime on here. The other piece of meat. Now for our fresh salsa. We've got 2 pounds of Campari tomatoes and they're on the vine. Depending on how big or small they are, you can just simply cut these in half. The little ones you can leave whole. It's really up to you. You can even leave them on the vine and cook them like that. Makes things real easy. But I really want to cook out some of that water so that we get some great roasted tomato flavor and our salsa is nice and thick and not too runny. We have 1 whole poblano. We'll just cut that in half and then cut the seeds out. Two jalapenos. A nice sweet onion. Take some of our Asada seasoning. Some fresh olive oil. A little bit of salt and pepper. We'll go ahead and get this mixed up. We'll get our Bullseye set on 350 degrees, and then we'll let this go for about 25 or 30 minutes till it's all golden brown. All right, so our vegetables are off of the grill. We're gonna go ahead and get them in the food processor. And you wanna be careful, depending on the size of your food processor, don't overfill it because it won't mix up right. So to really take this over the top, we're gonna hit it with some fresh cilantro. A little bit of fresh squeezed lime juice. Combat some of that acidity and heat, just a little bit of honey, touch of hot sauce. A little kosher salt. And we're gonna want to pulse this. Still nice and chunky. Give it a little taste. That's fantastic. Now, as this gets colder, those flavors will intensify. So definitely, I'd recommend making this the morning of or the night before. Let it sit out in the fridge. Fantastic salsa. All right, so we've taken our skirt steak off. We've let it rest for about 8 minutes. It smells amazing. Again, don't serve delicious skirt steak on cold tortillas you've gotten out of the pantry. Take the extra step, put them on the grill, warm them up. The thing you really want to pay attention to is the grain of the meat, and you want to cut against the grain of the meat. Okay? So what I do is, I'm a fan of the corn tortilla, right? Grab a couple strips of that skirt steak, a little shredded cabbage, some Cojita cheese or the crumbling Mexican cheese, some cilantro, a little lime, and that fresh salsa we made on that bullseye. I mean, you can't ask for a better taco than that one.
Big guy. Boy.
Pretty on point?
Dude, are you kidding me right now?
It's pretty mean.
You'd put some restaurants out of business with this.
We made it all on the bullseye. Go ahead and pick up some skirt steak, make your own salsa. Taco Tuesday.